Julian Jackson. Michael McCallum.
At all times. Any question from the challenger? Any question from the champion? Let's get it on.
To take a crack at the hook. Certainly not the case in the past.
But Julian Jackson starts in a hurry. As you can see, there's nice, good.
There it is, that big right hand. McClellan was waiting with the jab in time. I'll tell you, what McClellan said he was going to do is use the jab, wait, and bang. Over the top, there it was. But as the round progressed, he started getting a little careless, got hit a few shots of his own.
Jackson's just trying to get organized. Now watch that right hand. And that's what got him right hand crazy. That right hand put Jackson in trouble. McClellan can bang. As we said, you got to look for this guy early. Here he is early.
Of the fight. To pull off an upset. Jackson only a 2-1 favorite.
He himself, for just a minute there, was stumbling and staggered.
That's the best thing that Jackson does, is come back from being hurt.
He came out very calm, but here he is. He is attacking Julian Jackson.
And Jackson spinning around.
Using his jab effectively. Jackson's fighting very well here.
Jackson, in the past few fights, he's knocked so many people out so easily that he doesn't pay as much attention to defense.
Oh, two good body shots exchanged, one by Jackson, one by McClellan. I don't know if either one of these two guys got anything in mind except survival here. And Gerald is looking scared.
Big right hand by Julian Jackson. But not having any effect on McClellan, who comes back strong, but back comes Jackson with a heavy right.
He's getting intimidated here.
Well, Jackson's completely turned the tables from the first round, but McClellan also still a dangerous fighter. fights where he's gotten hit hard, and I was always wondering just how good is his chin, and right now it doesn't seem to be too bad.
Two-time world champion.
Oh,
Look out.
what a right hand by Julian Jackson. That's that counter that he was measuring him for.
That right missed, and a countering left. Also a grazing blow by McCullough. Now lunging rights and uppercuts by Jackson.
There it is. Not bad. I don't see if that's a bad butt, Bob.
Jackson right now is just keying off McClellan's right hand, and if it's a one-handed fight, it's going to be Jackson all the way.
Julian's cut. Unintentional butt, and Julian is cut.
Julian Jackson complaining. There's a big left hand by McClellan. Jackson slips.
Two hard punches by
Another big right hand right on the button.
Julian just looks bothered. He looks like he's blinking from that eye. Oh, nice body shot, but right at the break.
Wild miss by Gerald McClellan, and a left hand, a short, crisp left by Julian Jackson in his favor.
Ooh, nice body shot.
Body shot
Jackson.
by Julian Jackson.
Get that glove off his face. Come on, man. Get the glove off. Come on.
To catch is Gerald McClellan. Quite elusive.
Low blow by Julian Jackson. Low.
That was a big, heavy shot down south.
Another one.
Another one.
And you can see the damage of it. Look at that. I mean, that's way below the lettering, and down goes McClellan saying, I just can't continue.
The second time. Next time, it's going to cost you a point, okay?
Out from under you. Ooh, nice shot by Julian.
As he goes upstairs. No chance of south of the there.
Julian got a winner right in.
Down goes Jackson. A left hook by Gerald McClellan almost sent him through the ropes.
To think he's going to put it out. Now let's watch what happens to him.
Here you come again.
Right.
Straight right hand down the pipe, and it was Ferdy a lead right hand. Finishing it off with the left hand, and down is Jackson. He is in serious trouble. His legs are not there. This fight could very well be over right this minute.
And there's a minute left to go.
Can McClellan finish him off? He's down again.
And here's the second one, and by this time it was academic because Julian was gone. That's it. Right there is the end of that. He's not going to make this, Bobby. He's not going to make this. Julian Jackson doesn't know that. It's over.
Mills Lane has stopped the fight.
The referee in charge, Mills Lane, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout and the new WBC middleweight champion of the world, the G-Man, Gerald McClellan. Out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing gold trunks with red trim and hailing from St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. He weighed in at an even 160 pounds, and his record includes 49 wins, only 2 losses, with 45 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked the WBC #2 middleweight in the world. Please welcome the knockout artist, who is the former 2-time world champion in the junior middleweight and middleweight divisions, introducing Julian the Hawk Jackson. And his opponent across the ring is the defending champion. On my right, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing green trunks with white trim, fighting out of Freeport, Illinois. He weighed in at the same weight of an even 160 pounds, and he steps into the ring with a record of 30 wins, only 2 losses, and he has 28 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his 3rd defense of his title, please welcome the hard-hitting WBC middleweight champion of the world, introducing the G-Man, Gerald McClellan.
Dressing room, I want a good, clean fight, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands, good luck.
To get this fight past the 4th or 5th round. Both McClellan and Jackson average under 4 rounds. Here we go, round 1, scheduled for 12 for the WBC middleweight championship. Gerald McClellan with a 5th round knockout over Julian Jackson in the first encounter.
McClellan's come out with a real good jab, and a big right hand.
Right off the bat, Jackson's in dire trouble. McClellan He should go down and take an 8 count.
I'll tell you, it gets better than getting hit like that.
Relentless attack by McClellan, and finally Jackson going down. Sort of.
4, 5, 6, 7.
The over-under 6 rounds. This might not go a minute. Back comes McClellan.
I'll tell you what McClellan doesn't want to do is get a little overconfident sloppy, because Jackson can punch.
And down goes Jackson for the second time. And this time he looks like he's crumpled for good.
He hit him on top of the head on the way down, and I'm telling you, he is totally disoriented.
He looks like he's not going to get up. He's through. Joe Cortez says it's over. And in the first round, Gerald McClellan has retained his title. And that's the first one where revenge did not take place. It stayed. The result stayed the same.
He's just getting unloaded on with everything. Again, he gets lazy with the left hand. Boom. Right hand's on the button. It's clean. Now, his legs are a little bit under him now, although they're a little wobbly, but he just needs to go down and take the 8 count. Take the rest and come back to fight. Sometimes that's a smart thing to do. It's difficult for fighters with a lot of pride to do it. I know unfortunately, I've been in that situation. I don't want to go down either.
Prior to his first fight with Jackson, McClellan toiled for the most part in obscurity, Bobby. The win over Jackson really put him on the map. This win really makes him one of the most devastating fighters in the world today.
And some fighters just fight even better as a champion. They rise to the championship status in their performance, and I think Gerald McClellan may very well be one of those people. Well, Gerald's a great finisher. He's coming in. He knows that Jackson's hurt. He wants to unload that bomb. Digs a good shot to the body. Watch this shot on top of the head. He hit him in the body. That hurt him more than we thought. And that shot on top of the head was actually just a kind of a pile driver to say, make sure you stay there.
The heavy-handed Julian Jackson putting it to...
And still champion, the G-Man, Gerald McClellan.
Gerald McClellan continues his impressive knockout rate. He's 31-2 with 29 knockouts. And he got all he wanted to get here against Julian Jackson.
Three losses, with 21 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the NABF Quincy Taylor, with 47 big wins coming by way of knockout. And here is the hard-hitting former junior middleweight champion and two-time WBC middleweight champion of the world. Please welcome Julian "The Hawk" Jackson.
Clean fighting. Obey my commands and defend yourself at all times. Let's go to work.
In my mind, I'm challenging for the championship. He's had difficulty with southpaws. Taylor is a southpaw, but he feels he's much more prepared now than ever. The feeling is that this fight won't go very long because we have two knockout specialists, two hard-punching knockout artists.
Hands right now with the days. Julian Jackson still dangerous, always dangerous, but not the same as when the fight started.
Quincy Taylor continues to be very patient, landing his big punches. Jackson trying to load up on his famous power punches, but he's missing for the most part. Round 6 scheduled for 12.
Another one of those uppercuts, Steve, right inside. He just waits on Julian. Julian comes in with that big stuff, sets, ducks, whips it right up in between his gloves.
Nice fighting by Taylor. Nice fighting.
Combination here, and then digging to the body with that right uppercut is Julian Jackson. Ooh. Taylor just missed the right uppercut. And Jackson plowing forward. The aggressor.
The problems start for Jackson's opponents when he starts to land those big bombs clean. Taylor is minimizing that very, very well.
Jackson with the left hook doubling up, follows up with the right that missed. Jackson showing a lot of heart after getting knocked down.
Jackson's been a great champion. It's sad to see him at the end of his career, but boy, he is still there as far as his heart.
Let go of his head, Julian. Let go of his head.
Jackson just moving in and wailing away.
Referee has very little work to do here because both guys are just wailing away.
Oh, speaking of wailing away, a left cross by Quincy Taylor, right on the money.
You watch, Taylor's done that 3 times. He rocks to the side, lets the right hand come by, and turns his left cross right over on Julian's jaw. That one was even better than the one before, although the effects don't seem to be there.
This time, Julian stayed up. Wild swing and a miss by Jackson with a left hook. He comes right back at Taylor. He is game. Straight right there by Jackson. That's connected. That left uppercut by Taylor just grazed him, just missed. Nice jab by Taylor. Oh, the straight left by Taylor. And Jackson's in trouble.
He's out on his feet. Watch his right hook and then the left hand on top. He's out.
One more could do it, unless they step in right now.
I'll tell you what, he's out. He's out on his feet. It's a shame to see.
The referee can stop this. He doesn't know he's out on his feet.
That's it.
That's right.
Julian knows to look at him. Julian knows. He knows he just can't take the punch. He shook his head. He just knew.
The first shot that got him in trouble. I mean, you know, he's winging everything he's got. Julian's got no control over his punch. Look at that uppercut. That uppercut landed right there. Could have dropped him.
And later in the round, you can watch Julian still trying to come. There's that beautiful left cross I was talking about before. He slips to the side. Julian misses the right over the top, right on the gym.
And from the overhead shot, which is, you see, there you see the shot, just like Bobby said. He just kind of moved over, waited till the punch goes by, and then he landed his. It was kind of a thing of beauty, and he landed it many times, but when Julian was in trouble, there was no sense in continuing. He was just really in trouble.
So Quincy Taylor wins the WBC middleweight championship in his first attempt at a world title. He also may have sent the 34-year-old Julian Jackson into retirement. Quincy Taylor, not exactly a house.
Quincy Taylor.
So there it is. A championship changes hands.
49 wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked #1 in the world by the WBU, and the challenger, Julian the Hawk Jackson. Record of 29 victories, 8 defeats, 1 draw, and 14 wins coming by way of knockout. He is represented by the Dukes of Boxing, the WBU Junior Middleweight Champion of the World,
In Tunica, Mississippi, Bob Papa along with Al Bernstein. Round 9 underway between Verno Phillips, the WBU Junior Middleweight Champion, defending his title against former 3-time world champion Julian Jackson. We take a look at the punches in round 8. Big round for Phillips.
Phillips having a huge round and becoming more and more bold in what he does to Julian Jackson. And of course, we've talked about the length of fights. Jackson has only been past 9 rounds 5 times, and many more for Verno Phillips.
On his last 10 bouts, Phillips averages about 11 rounds per bout, which A means he's been going a long way, and B means he's been in a lot of title fights.
This is territory that Verno understands. He's a workman. Doesn't knock people out early with 1 punch usually. Using this round, round 9, to further extend this fight, which he thinks only works to his benefit. Speaking of extending, my Chicago Bulls extended your New Jersey Nets to overtime and beat them by 2 points, 100-98. That's a rough one for the Nets, but a moral victory. Does that help?
Well, they had a good. Well, they're out of. John Calipari says no more moral victories.
Okay.
Changing the culture. Good. Whoa! Down goes Jackson. A short left from Phillips puts Jackson down here in round 9. And I don't think Jackson's going to answer. Fred Steinwinder at 9. That's it. And maybe it's all over for Julian Jackson. Verno Phillips.
Thought Jackson would have to land. We see the left hook. We see the left hook of Julian Jackson landing on Julian Jackson against Verno Phillips, and Jackson still on the canvas, and we hope he'll be all right. But for Verno Phillips, you knew he was tired at this point, didn't you?
Well, right there.
Tony Rodriguez, he's holding your left hand. He said you guys have been working on that left hook a lot.
That's right.
Take a look at it. You got that punch in. Let me ask you, you were able to weather punches early from him. Did he ever hurt you early in the fight?
He caught me on top of my head like twice, you know, in the third and the fourth round. But
by knockout and still WBU junior middleweight champion of the world, Verno Phillips. A professional record of 38 victories, 8 defeats, 2 draws, 1 no contest, and 26 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Detroit, Michigan. Here is Anthony Jones. With blue and red trim, he weighs in at 155 3/4 pounds. His professional record reads 55 victories, 5 defeats, 49 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from the Virgin Islands and now makes his home in Las Vegas, Nevada. The former 2-time WBC junior middleweight champion and former WBA middleweight champion, Julian the Hawk Jackson.
Fine. Good luck to both of you. Protect yourself at all times. Touch them up. Good bout.
3 years of age, fought 53 days ago, knocked out by Tony Marshall. Had given up boxing after a loss in 1995 to Yuri Boy Campos. He was knocked out in the second round. Says he didn't train. He mentally was not ready. So he decided to start a towing service. And he hit straight left hand by Anthony Jones. And the 33-year-old Anthony Jones really taking control of this bout. 3 more rounds to go after this timeout on the deuce. Oh, Jackson.
Right at the end of the round, very much like the Verno Phillips fight when he got hit with a huge left hook. It was a right hand by Anthony Jones, and Jackson went down, was able to get up before the count, but boy, he was rocked. A beautiful straight right hand by Anthony Jones. He's landed several good ones in this bout before, but none as good as that. And 37-year-old Julian Jackson hits the canvas again. Will he be able to shake that off in this round? I am not so sure. And they bought a little extra time in that corner for Jackson. I don't know that he has had his feet underneath him yet.
Well, Julian Jackson on his bicycle to start round number 8.
I don't think he's going to get through this. Not against a guy like Jones, who is such an accurate puncher and who is so busy. Oh, another right hook gets in. Now from the southpaw stance.
I don't know if Jackson can go on now.
They may have to stop this one pretty soon. Dale Grebel takes a look. What's it? I guess there's a standing 8 count.
A standing 8 count is in effect in the state of Michigan.
And you know what? Not a bad use of it right there. Counts as a knockdown, so again it penalizes Jackson.
Jackson in the retreat on the back of your heels mode.
Doesn't look good for Julian Jackson or for Anthony Jones. All he needs to do is not get absurdly careless, and he'll get things done here.
And oh, so much time left here in round 8.
Jones is landing just about everything he is throwing. Very reminiscent of the Verno Phillips fight, where Jackson was in a war until the middle to later round and then got whacked.
Approaching the midway point of round 8, left hand from Jones, works the body. Left hand, and that's it. Dale Grable is stopping it.
The winner by technical knockout, Detroit.